Hey guys, it's Dani, and today I am so excited because I got some happy mail. This is the first run of my deck that I am creating. Running name, Mystic Masters. Not sure if I'm going to keep it that way. As many of you know, I am creating my own deck. This is done with etchings and carvings from the 1500s. A lot of them are done by the quote-unquote masters, right? So I am considering Mystic Masters just a running title. So that's how I'm going to refer to my deck for now. For now. That may change. I reserve all rights to change anything. Hey, future Dani here. I wanted to pop in and say that if you just want a quick flip through of what my cards look like, you can go down to the bottom. I will put the timestamp in the description to let you know when I do just a silent flip through. Otherwise, welcome to my babble session. I did get the first run of my majors to see how they turned out, what they look like in card form. I'm really excited, you guys. And if there's anything that I need to alter or change, I did a basic background. It's literally just black, something that I painted black and then put some ink blots on, which isn't so bad. I was considered keeping it because I like the idea of just having a very simple back that just kind of fades away. However, I'm noticing on the back, because of course I've played with these all day. I am noticing that the black does show up a few scratches. I don't know if you'll be able to even see them. Oh, you can see right here. Just a couple of scratches. And I don't like the fact that when you touch them with the black, you can see fingerprints. So I think I'm just going to design a background. Like I said, I literally just threw some paint on a black background and went from there. And as much as I like it because of that and the fact that you can see scratches because you cannot see them on the front, you cannot see fingerprints on the front, I am definitely going to be creating my own back. No big deal, although I might create it digitally or maybe mixed media, we'll see. Anyway, I'm excited to show you these. Oh my god. So I was keeping up with my Patreon, showing all my patrons all of my cards as I was making them. However, I recently got a different kind of job where I'm out of the home now, so I just couldn't keep up. So I went ahead and made last month my last month. I'm going to be shutting down my Patreon in August, which is today. Welcome to August. So I'll be shutting that down just so I don't have time to run it, and I feel like if I don't have the time to put forth on that kind of platform, then it's definitely not worth doing. I don't want to waste anybody's time or resources with that. So anyway, I will probably start posting a lot more on my Instagram, kind of showing maybe not what I'm doing so much. Every once in a while, maybe you'll get a taste of it. I'll try to keep you guys updated, but I'll be taking pictures with my cards. Are you ready? I'm so ready to show you guys. So I'm going to be a little nitpicky with these as I'm showing just little things that I want to change. I'm so ready. Okay. Here is my Fool. Right here. Okay, so let me start by saying that most of my... Where's my babies? My babies is right here. Okay, so a lot of my art... you can see an example here. I was trying to get my Fool. Here we go. You will notice that a lot of the art that I work with has borders, right? They have borders because most of them were printed in a book or pamphlet or the like, and so they created a border around and kind of drew the picture in. So I knew that some of my borders were going to show, because if some were too wide, then I wouldn't be able to get it all in shot. There would be some at the top and bottom. There might be some on the sides. Most of them look fine, but this fool is a little off. I was trying to keep the tip of the spear in, but I still had some play on the edges. So what I'll do for my next run after I redo, and I haven't decided if I'm going to print each suit as I go or if I'm going to wait and do all this. I haven't decided how I'm going to do that, but in my next printing I'm going to print another fool and any other card that I feel needs to be altered a bit, but I'm going to shift him over to where this line does not come into view, because it looks like a printing error. And I'd like to see a little more of the dog, maybe even get the rest of this. I just kind of want to keep his finger pointing up, just because it's for the visual, for the symbology, for all of that stuff. I kind of want that in there. So here's my fool, the magician. I love her. And for those of you who are like, oh, I want a man as a magician, y'all, I tried. I really tried. I played with a lot of different ones. Some of them had a lot of torn pieces. I would have had to go in little pixel by pixel, and I tried and I still couldn't get it how I wanted it. So I just couldn't find the male representation that I wanted for this magician. But when I saw her, I nearly fainted. I love everything about her. She's got smoke coming from this jar. She's got smoke coming up right here. She's got her hand kind of pointing up and down at the same time, which I really loved. Over this bowl, she's got a crown here, a scepter, jewelry, cups, vessels, and I just thought, yeah, there she is. So there's my magician. This is gonna be way longer than I thought if I keep that up. That's okay. That's okay. I'm a proud mama right now. This is my high priestess. My favorite part is this apple of knowledge here. I've considered making it into a pomegranate, but I was like, I think I might mess up her fingers if I even try to mess with it too much. And I couldn't quite get it to match up with the style of the artwork. It kept looking too crisp, so I thought apple of knowledge, that's perfect, and I love it, and I kept it. We have our empress. I hope this is coming out clear. We have our emperor, and you'll note I have all of the Roman numerals at the top. I'm not going to put words across because there is never the perfect place to do that. Like, I didn't want to cover something that I wanted to see. I didn't want to put in a font that I didn't care for. I didn't want to do hand-drawn. Again, there's never a perfect spot. So instead, Roman numerals, and then I added in each corresponding astrological sign. So you can see how you can see a little bit of the edges, but it doesn't take away. Like, you can just tell that I watercolored these paintings. So some of them are not bad at all. Whereas like this one, I'm still considering. You can see it at the top, but I feel like because his feet are really low at the bottom, that I might be able to shift him up a bit for my Hierophant. And for those of you who are wondering, like, these are some of the changes that I made. So this, I believe he's a saint. Maybe he was an apostle. Don't quote me. I have all my references written down. A lot of them I know offhand. This one I really don't remember. So he was carrying a cross. So I then made it into the Hierophant staff here. But I think I may shift him up to kind of get that line off. Just because I don't think it would matter if I lose these little lines up at the top, because the idea is still there. So I'm considering that. I have my lovers. We have an older couple because, again, I feel like it's more about the choice and the communication versus the romantic. I mean, you still see romance, obviously, but like that's where I felt it. I wanted to see older lovers. Older lovers. So we have them there. We have the Chariot, and he's got his torch. He's guiding these animals out to this home here, making sure everybody is safe and sound, determined to get there safely. And I loved his stern but kind-faced. I like it. And then we have my Strength. Now with this one, I haven't decided, simply because she's very wide. So let me show you. We're going show and tell. Why not, right? Let's take a look at her. On big form. Where's she at? Of course, she's probably gonna be right at the front. There she is. Okay. So, for my beautiful Strength, she's very wide. She's a wide gal. And being able to crop her, these two lines impede quite greatly. But I feel like if I go in anymore, you're gonna lose sight of this dragon. And you've already lost quite a bit of it, but you can still see his face. I don't know if you can see it here in this lighting. My lighting isn't super awesome. But she's got her hand on the dragon while she's sitting upon the lion, chilling, right? So I want to make sure that I keep these two aspects in there, but I was conscious about it, and I painted above and I painted below because I had a feeling that this one would impede. And I don't think it's terrible because it does look like a border. It looks like it is on purpose. So I'm definitely thinking about leaving this Strength alone, even though you can see the lines, you know what I mean? My Hermit, which I super love. I just love the glow from the book and the pages and the knowledge, and how even though it's a city, it kind of feels like that cave aspect, like kind of separation. So he's one of my favorites. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. We have Justice. I'm not sure what's here. You know, I noticed that and I didn't bother to look to see if there's something on my painting or if that's something that was maybe missed or from printing. I need to check. We're gonna check together. Yeah, it's not on my painting. So I'm wondering if that is from printing. I'm gonna keep those out just in case we want to reference those. I mean me. Yeah. Oh, it was a fuzz, you know. Why not? There we go. There's Justice. And her Libra sign is down here. You can see it really good here, but I noticed when you look at it in the light, you can't really tell what it is, but in person it's super clear, so that's a plus. And then we have our Hanged Man. And you can see at the top, but again, I was conscious of it. He's another really wide one. And so I made sure to incorporate this edge at the top, and I think that he's doing okay. I might be able to shift him a little higher. I'm gonna have to see. You may still see this top edge, but I mean, I could shift him a bit up. I'm considering. And we have Death, which is one of my favorites. Death and the Devil. Hold my heart. They're my favorites. I don't know why. Oh, sorry, I had a little hiccup burp thing. My bad. That was gross. Sorry, guys. So we have Temperance here. She's very ethereal. My beloved Devil. One of my favorite cards. Packed full of meaning. I'm excited to kind of write about this one. the tower, which I don't know if I talked to you guys about that, which is the Tower of Babel. So there's like a lot of packed meaning into this. I was really excited to find this and then kind of create the destruction myself on this like stark tower. So we have that. The star. The moon. Another one of my favorites. I do love the moon. Now she's got some parts up here, but again, I don't know if it'll do. Boop. Yeah, that totally didn't help. Let me try touching it. No, that won't help either. Anyway, I feel like it's very blurry. I hope it's not. But it does look like it belongs there. Again, maybe I'll shift, maybe I won't. I feel like there's a reason why I set her that way. But I really do love her. And then we have our mighty sun, which he's just edge to edge. Just a bright, vibrant dude. I really like him. Our judgment. And the colors came out really good. And everything is so clear and crisp, you guys. Like, I wish it would come through. At least on my side, maybe once I'm done it'll show, but it's so clear and crisp. That's another thing I was worried about. I was going from a really huge scan in to a very small area. So I was like, will it blur, will it not? I did like 600 DPI to make sure that I had enough play to where it wouldn't get blurry. And I think I did it the perfect job, right? Because it didn't blur at all. So I think I got that DPI just right to where it's not blurry. Everything is crisp, or as crisp as these images get, considering that they are from the 1500s, right? So there's the world. So that's them, you guys. I'm really excited. I would love to hear feedback. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'm always open for suggestions. I may not take them all, but I will take them into consideration. Like I said, this is a work in progress. First run of my majors, just to make sure that it translates well into the cards. I think I'm going to keep this card stock. Can you hear? Let me do that again. It's got a good snap. They stay in place very well. I've even been shuffling the best way that I can. And so there's no damage to the cards. Like I said, most of them don't have any scratches on the back, but again, I feel like touching them, like you can see, like you see my fingerprints, whereas like on the front, you can't tell, you don't get none of that. Wow, you don't get none of that. You don't get any of that. But on the back, you do. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to flip this around and I'm going to do a flip through. Just a quiet flip through of the cards up close, just so you can really see them. So again, leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. And thank you for hanging out with me today. I'm just really excited and I'm really glad to share this with you guys. So I'm sending you all my love. If you're looking for me, down below are links to my Instagram. I have another Instagram because I went ahead and redid my Etsy because I'm having a bunch of changes in my shop. But it is still up. You can still get to it by the Gray Moon link, but everything is going to be under Witch and the Wild. Witch and the Wild, all put together. Now on Instagram, it's going to be The Witch and the Wild all together, because you would know somebody took it, has nothing on it. Anyway, that's a whole nother story for a different day. All those links are going to be below, so you'll have a link to book a personal reading. You'll have a link to my Etsy shop. 3 Fat Readers, Make sure you're subscribed, and all the other links below. We'll see you later, Gators. Mwah. Bye!